What's good? What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Urban Platform Speaks. Make sure to like and subscribe as you tune into the channel and check out the content. And with that being said, man, I want to speak on the this series we got here between the Golden State Warriors and the Houston Rockets, man. And this is a tight one. I was kind of hoping that Golden State would have been able to get Houston out of there earlier, like 5 games, because the longer these series go on, the more the more the wear and tear that Steph Curry, Draymond, and Jimmy Butler take, right? Um, and I know a lot of people have been talking about the dirty play from Dillon Brooks, right? And that's another reason why I think that Golden State should have just tried to made it a priority to get them out of there as soon as possible. Now Golden State, I don't think like Dillon Brooks's dirty play is really like having a mental effect on Steph Curry. Like, like when he shoot his jumper, people saying that Dillon Brooks is trying to hit his thumb because Steph Curry got an injured thumb, right? And so like when Steph Curry fully extends on his jumper and say like Dillon Brooks he tried to block the shot. That's cool, but like once the shot is gone, and like Dillon Brooks is bringing his hand down to smack Steph Curry's hand, to smack his thumb after the play is over. And so that's concern, although Steph Curry don't want to admit it, and it's wise for Steph Curry not to admit it, but that's concern, for that thumb, because if the game is close or it's a crucial play, he continue to injure that thumb or to hurt that thumb, that's going to really affect, Steph Curry's play on the court. But that's why I said the longer these Golden State Warriors let Houston stay in this series, now we going 7. Houston just won game 6. So now they going 7. And I want Golden State to pull it out, because I was thinking that this year for Houston got a young team, and they have young, up and coming stars like the kid, what's his name, Jalen Green. I like Jalen Green. I didn't think he was ready yet, and so if he do so happen to get past Golden State, I don't think they're going to go too much further than that. What's the guy, the other young kid, Amin Thomas? I hope I'm saying his name right. Amin Thomas. I like him. He's athletic. And these guys are like in the open court. These guys are really, really good, but their half court game needs some more development, right? So that's why I picked Golden State, because I know that Golden State play tough defense, and that their offense is what it is. They can score. So I was hoping that Golden State got Houston up out of there a little bit faster. That's 7 games. I actually picked Golden State to go all the way to the championship. I picked Golden State to come out of the West. Once they got Jimmy Butler, like that just gave them new life. It just made their team just look a whole lot different. But it's gonna be tough, man. It's gonna be tough. Even if Golden State managed to win the game 7 against Houston, it's gonna be tough, because that's just so much wear and tear on those older guys, man. Jimmy Butler is doing what he can do, and you can look at Jimmy Butler, Draymond Green, and Steph Curry and tell that they really digging. They digging, they're going to dig in game 7. So I like them in game 7. It don't matter, where they playing at. I don't care if they playing in Houston. I like Golden State in game 7 just because of their their championship pedigree. And so back to Dillon Brooks. Is Dillon Brooks a dirty player? Yeah, yes, I think he is. I think some of the things Dillon Brooks do, Some of his antics and stuff is over the top. Draymond Green, I think he's the same way. He can be over the top some. But what you do is you fight fire with fire. They're young superstars. Like if they wanted to play like that, then I think that Golden State should play the same way. Like, do the superstars like Jalen Green, Amen Thomas, do them the same way, you're going at the superstars on Golden State. They really can't really go after Jimmy Butler because he bigger and stronger than Dillon Brooks. He can try to get under his skin, but it's not working. Only way Dillon Brooks will be able to get under Jimmy Butler's skin is if he was more if he was more of a defensive threat. Like if he could shut Jimmy Butler down, if it was harder for Jimmy Butler to score on him, then I think Jimmy Butler, he'll be able to get under Jimmy Butler's skin. But Jimmy Butler told him, he's been telling him all series, you a bum. You know what I mean? So Jimmy Butler's not really threatened by him. He just let him know that he a bum. So the next logical thing is for Dillon Brooks to try to pick on Steph Curry. Now, picking on a fresh Steph Curry, Dillon Brooks ain't got nothing coming. But like I said, here we are in we headed to game number 7, and this is where you need Steph Curry to really be up to to show out. But to be honest, I think in order for Golden State to win game 7 against the Houston Rockets, I don't think they need Steph Curry to score like 40 points or nothing like that. I think because you still have Jimmy Butler, I just think that the Golden State Warriors need Steph to keep them honest, keep the Rockets honest, make sure they respect him on the court. And that's always going to be the case. You never will be able to leave Steph Curry open or or sag off him because he's gonna make you pay, right? And so that's why I'm picking Golden State to win game 7. Plus their experience. You got so much more experience on that Golden State side than you got so much more experience on Golden State. So I'm looking for that for Golden State to be able to get past Houston. Like I said, I just don't like the fact that it went to a game 7. I was hoping that they got him out of there in at least 6 games, no more than 6. 5, optimal would have been 5. Like if they could have got Houston out of there in 5, I thought it would have been good, And so, like the dirty plays that Dillon Brooks have been, doing throughout this series could wear on him. I'm hoping that they get this, have enough gas in the tank to get past this series, and then Golden State will worry about the next series, once they get through this. But I don't know. It's the league has changed so much. I was, like I said, back in the day, they would send somebody at the Stars for Houston Rockets, just beat them up the same way you beating up the Stars on, the beating up the best player on the Golden State Warriors. They would have beat up the best player on your team, like Jalen Green. Now the thing about this though, this game 7 right here is they playing in Houston. So to play in Houston where Jalen Green is comfortable, that's going to be the wild card, to be honest with you. They playing at home. Jalen Green is comfortable at home. The whole team basically is comfortable at home. But even with that being said, I still want I'm still going to stick with Golden State to beat this because of experience and I just think that they're the better overall team. I don't think that the Houston Rockets are ready right now to, for this. This is a learning experience, but I don't think they're ready yet. So yeah, I'm still sticking with my pick, and that's Golden State. And hopefully this dirty play by Dillon Brooks really didn't, it's not really wearing on Steph Curry. But we'll see. And there's this other dude, Fred Van Vliet. They got to keep a keep a lid on him too. So man, I'm hoping it's gonna be tough though. Like I said, they playing in Houston. They got Fred Van Vliet. He got some playoff and championship experience. So we'll see though. We'll see. I'm hoping for Golden State, but that's my take on it. And with that being said, don't forget to like and subscribe. Also, don't forget to leave a comment, and I will check you all out in the next episode. Peace.